Welcome to Zoom Out! We are joined by our good friend, music producer, Sam Carter! Hello! Yes.
Back to the show. Yeah.
Greetings.
And he's not just our good friend and music producer, but he's also a singer-songwriter.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yes.
2704 say Sam Carter. Is that the Sam Carter that I know?
Wait, do I know you? What's your name?
Listen, guys, there is only one Sam Carter here in Korea.
Yes.
The one and only Sam Carter. How are you?
The
Welcome
British Sam
back.
Carter. How do you feel about being in the show?
Greetings
Okay.
to the Kride listeners.
Yeah.
Are you happy to be back?
Yes, I can I say, the last time I came here, I remember thinking, I've waited 10 long years for TBS to finally invite
Call you.
me.
Yo.
And the day has arrived.
Okay.
Greetings. Hello, guys. How are you?
역시 with Sam Carter here, everything becomes 더 cool.
그러니까 더 엄청 뭐라 그래야
elegant.
되지? Yeah,
It becomes more
elegant.
classy with your
Right.
accent.
Thanks, man.
So how did you feel when you get the phone call to ask you to be on the show?
Do you know what? Honestly, I'm not sucking up to you guys because it's you two. I was like, okay, this should be fun.
Okay,
And-
thank you.
Yeah. And I was like,
Wait, so the question, what if it was for the other show?
who's the guy?
Or another show, like
Let's say
maybe
Men on
hosted,
Air.
Yeah, Men on Air hosted
Greg.
by Heejun and Greg. What would you say?
Well, I can't say I wouldn't do it, could I? Of course I would do it.
아 못해. 시간 때문에 안 돼요.
맞아,
They're
맞아,
5
맞아.
o'clock, so.
Yeah, that's the time when your show is on. So
No, but I had lots of fun last time we were here. Us three and Michelle as well. And
Right,
I was
right,
like,
right.
This should be fun, and you know.
This is so funny because every Tuesday, two of you are going to be here, and later two of you, he's going to go to your
taking
show,
it,
right?
right.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's like a different multiverse thing.
But
here
as we
going on.
all know, he's a veteran DJ, Samuel Carter. He's been DJing his show for the last 9 years or so, right?
Oh,
9 or 10.
That makes me sound so old. Like
You are a veteran. You first started hosting a radio show back. You were like 24 or 25, something like that.
맞아.
In the past.
Yeah,
It's like you,
Yeah.
after 이삭이 누나, you were like the next one who was like there.
I
맞아.
am,
You're
yeah,
like the
yeah.
next 장로 of 아리땡. 장로님.
그 아리랑 얘기해도 돼요. All right, so Janice Arado say, hello, Sam C. Happy new Tuesday of this new season of K-Ride TBS EFM. Excited to hear your British accent. And what's new in this segment?
Oh, can you read this same message in your accent, please, Sam?
Janice Radon says, "Hello, Sam C. Happy
No,
New
not that one. The next one.
No, I was talking
one.
about same message.
Oh, same one.
Why?
Yeah, just to compare you two.
아 진짜 못됐다.
Let's go, Samuel Carter.
Okay,
That's
Sam
so
first.
bad. That's so bad. Happy new Tuesday of this new season of K-Ride TBS EFM. Excited to hear your British accent and what's new in this segment.
My turn.
Okay.
Hello, Sam C. Happy new Tuesday of this new season of K-Ride TBS EFM. Excited to hear your British accent and what's new in this segment. Are you satisfied now, Samuel? Oh my God, you have to bring out
I'm
my...
beyond satisfied. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you, you're welcome. Ner Natasha also say, I feel good, Sam C is here.
I
Too
think you
hot
can
to.
stop it right there.
Sorry, that's my Hong Kong accent here. Hong Kong Macau.
You guys don't have that accent. I've been to Hong Kong in the past before, and no one speaks like
you
that.
don't know.
What?
There are people who all speak like this.
Okay.
Yes.
Next
Jessica
one from
Lima.
Jessica Lima says, Sam
Times two.
True.
Because we have both Sam here.
Sam.
Wait, Sam Carter is Samuel too?
I am a Sam.
Yeah, Samuel.
Actually, Samuel.
And so Samuel is a Samuel too?
And I'm so proud that I'm the only one who knows his middle name in this whole station.
Let me guess.
yeah.
Samuel.
I'll keep it a secret. Yeah.
Samuel Jackson Carter? Just kidding.
Oh, that's cool. I should change it to that. I like that.
Now I'm curious. We're going to Google you up later. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Anyway, so tell us today, what are we doing for this new segment called Zoom Out?
Right, so basically, Zoom Out is this new segment we're doing. It's like this sort of holistic understanding of the world of K-pop by studying the individuals in it. That sounds so intellectual, doesn't it? Thank you, PDD, for this. But basically, what we're doing is, I think we heard it as well, everyone's separated by 6 degrees
Right.
of separation, right? Like you can find a connection between
Somehow
Right.
connected
any
in some
people.
ways,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we're kind of doing that with K-pop artists and musicians and people like that. And I thought
la
that
la.
would be something fun to do.
Okay, so who are we starting out with?
So we're going to start off with, she is the nation's sweetheart.
Oh my god. 설마.
Yeah, we're talking about Suji.
Suzy.
Suzy.
Yeah.
I always think about, do I say Suji or do I say Susie?
I know, right? In English, it's
Yeah.
like Suzy.
Suji.
Suji.
Anyway.
I mean, you guys are both half Korean, so you guys could stick to either way. Like
We could, yeah.
either way you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about Suzy, okay? So tell us about her.
Right, so she actually released a song recently. I don't know if you heard it called Satellite, actually, which is for me was really really interesting. About have you met Suji before? I've never met her.
No, I've never met her before.
I've met
but
her
you
before
have.
actually when she was in Miss A. 'Cause
Okay.
we actually saw Miss A debut, and then my 막내 동호 used to be the only one there. It's like 동호 has an eye. He has his eyes to, he knows how to see what's a hidden jewel like that. So he was telling us like, oh, this girl from Miss A, Suji, she's really pretty. I really like her. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we were like, the little boy, you're just talking nonsense. And never did we know Suji become such a big star.
Oh, so he knew that was going to happen.
He kind of like, he was like saying every person he picked and he liked always become a big star. Like,
Okay,
it was
so who already
Suji,
talked about?
아이유도 있었어.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Wow.
So far that was the two person. I was like, yo, 동호 got an eye.
What was his opinion on you?
Me? He didn't care. First of all, he didn't give a bap. You know, so yeah.
I always forget Alexander debuted such a long time ago now.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When
It's
were
been
you?
already 13 years he made his first debut.
2008. 맞아요.
2008, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so it's 14 years.
이제는
14년
14년이지.
차.
Oh my goodness me.
What about
Oh
you,
my
Sam?
goodness.
Like you debuted like a decade ago
I was
too.
quite late, 2012, yeah.
2012,
2012. I love, anyways,
Yeah.
she made a comeback, of course, and what's really cool is, I don't know, did you see Street Woman Fighter?
No.
Last year.
Oh, he did?
I
Yeah.
did.
You
Yeah.
saw it, right? You know Monica
Yeah.
from Street Woman Fighter?
Yeah.
They've done something together.
Okay.
So
They did?
Yeah. They did this sort of performance thing, which is like, they're obviously like the hottest people in
Oh, I did
Korea
not
right
know
now.
about that. Yo,
Yeah. So Suji
좋다, 좋다.
times Monica. That's a good collaboration, isn't
Oh,
it?
you mean for the music video Satellite? Oh
And
my goodness.
Monica
Okay.
looks incredible, by the way, in this as well. She's doing this sort of, what do you call this kind of expression of dance? It's kind of like, it's not so much a choreographed dance, but it's more like,
modern
Mime?
dance.
yeah,
Mime
kind of
or-
like that.
okay.
Modern dance kind of expression kind of thing here.
As you can tell, listeners, I am the least knowledgeable about dance in the whole world. So, for
Oh,
me,
nobody here dances
it just,
anyway.
yeah, it's just cool moving.
Yeah,
You do?
Me? No, I just twerk. All right, guys, we're going to listen to this song where Monica is actually dancing too. This is Suji with Satellite. Yay! Interesting. We're watching the music video of Monica dancing all the way. It was
How
actually very
cool.
artistic. If you guys don't know, search it on YouTube. Just search for Suji
Satellite.
Satellite and you will know it is. And yeah, we're going to move on to the second call in action. Who are we going to connect to?
Right, so actually, because we talk a lot, I couldn't get through anything about the first one. So
Right.
basically, we spoke about Suji, and the way she's connected to our next artist is because this song, if you notice, it's a very sort of alternative rock kind of song, which was a bit of a surprise. It's because it's produced by Kang Hyun-bin of Loveholic. And 일기예보. Loveholic, yeah.
Hi, your love. 그분 맞죠? Loveholic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Kang Hyun-min is our link, basically, who is an amazing, obviously, legend of a musician. You had music contest a long time ago, writing lots of music for films and dramas and stuff, and also producing nowadays as well for like Hasong and Wiki Mickey Joy, those sorts of people. And that's our link because our next artist is Loveholic.
I did not know Loveholic still active as composers. I
Yeah.
didn't know songwriters. Actually, I was so surprised.
I'm surprised that Loveholic was a singer.
Huh?
The only Loveholic I know is from a character. You know, the round-shaped character with a huge body from way back, like was it 2 decades ago?
몰랐어.
A character used to promote a 그 통신사.
I
Oh,
didn't know.
that was called Loveholic.
I didn't
that's
know
what I
about
know.
that.
Yeah?
I only know Loveholic because of this song, Loveholic. You know,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
know
it's
that
a good
song,
song.
right?
No,
How
actually.
your love, how your love. I still don't know what she's saying. How your love.
Are you sure they're Korean?
맞아. I don't know but that song is called Loveholic.
Okay.
basically.
Loveholic were huge, actually. Loveholic, because the next song we're moving on to, Loveholic, a song called 화분. Do you know? You must know this. 화분.
화분.
So
Flower
a question here for everybody: which K-drama was this song featured in?
Yeah,
I
that's a
don't
good
know,
question.
actually. 화분.
Should we ask the?
Yeah. let's
Anybody
see.
know? Anybody know what this song 화분 is?
The
Let us
clue
know.
is 윤은의 공유 featured in drama.
Hey, that's a giveaway.
너무 좋아.
Oh, man.
So yeah, talking about Loveholic, basically, they they've now changed their name to Loveholics basically, and their first
did.
album was 2003. So this is a long time ago. They did about 6 albums, I think, together. One huge thing they did is this Japanese anime, Black Blood Brothers. They took part in lots of soundtracks like that because during the early 2000s. Rock music was just like
Everything, right?
huge. It was huge. This
Even
is like
we had a huge rock band called, what was their name? The Tracks. Remember them?
Tracks, oh my god, isn't that from
Tracks.
SM?
They're from the SM.
Tracks, bands like that, of course, Loveholic, this sort of generation, YB Band, people like that. But Loveholic were huge at the time, and they have had lots and lots of hits for K-dramas, like we said. We did ask a question about which drama it was in. So I don't know if are we getting answers? I don't know.
Yeah, I think some people are actually answering here. A lot of them is like saying, is it Coffee Prince or whatever? Oh, by the way, about Suji's songs here. Actually, somebody clock was like, 수지가 맞아요.
그러니까요.
예전 노래랑 분위기가 너무 다르네요.
그러게요.
Her new song Satellite sounds so different from her previous songs, right?
It became much more artsy compared to the work
I
she
know, right?
released in the past.
But Suji's song, the only song I remember was Happy Birthday to You. That song, you know. I don't remember what other songs she have actually. Right.
She's had quite a few. I mean, do you remember when she was in as an actress, Dream High?
Okay.
And she did
Oh
lots of
my
singing
god!
from there.
Dream High.
Dream.
Everybody watch Dream High again.
Dream.
How's the melody go?
The song Dream.
Isn't that like featuring Kim Soo and everybody in that song?
There's lots of people, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't recall the song. Can you sing a bit
She
from
was
the
like-
song?
I don't know.
That would be a terrible idea.
But that song
If
was
I was
very
to-
cheesy. Oh my goodness.
No, but yeah, she's got. But this song, the reason why it's so different is I think it's because of Kang Hyunmin and his influence from Loveholic, right? That's his kind of style. So that was, it really is Suji. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right. All right, guys. If you guys know the answer about which drama this song Loveholics 화분 is featured in, let us know at shop 101 charge 101 for longer messages.
맞습니다. 이 노래가 사용된 드라마가 무엇인지 아시는 분 샵 1013 짧은 문자 50원으로 간단하게 보내주세요.
We're gonna play this song right now. We'll be back in the second hour to continue. This is Loveholic with 화분. You're listening to Kride on TBS EFM 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas. I am your driver, Alexander.
And I'm your driver, Sam. You can listen live with the TBS EFM app or catch our visual radio over to YouTube under the same name.
And we're in the studio with Sam Carter. Before we go back to Zoom Out, actually, our question of the day is, tell us about a time you saw yourself in someone else.
다른 사람에게서 내 모습을 봤던 적이 있다면 알려주세요, 여러분.
So, Mr. Sam Carter, is there a time you actually saw yourself in somebody else?
Saw myself like some. You mean like a positive thing?
Right.
Right.
I mean, or it could be negative.
Oh, yeah.
I knew you'd focus on my negatives.
We
like
love to hear about
juicy
your negative
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Whenever I see, because of my generation, being half Caucasian wasn't very common in Korea.
Right.
Like when I was a kid coming to Korea, everybody would stare at me, and now it's very common.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when I see half, especially half British, half Korean kids, I'm like, hey, that's me like 20 years ago.
Half British. I don't think there's anyone aside from you.
Not in the entertainment world,
Right.
But there are people. There are half. You see some half Brits, half Koreans. It's interesting, yeah.
Oh,
or just
interesting.
even a half Caucasian. I think, I can kind of relate to that.
Oh.
So every time I see them, and even like celebrities, like I don't know, Chonsomi. No, I don't want to say I see me and her. That would be bad for her. That'd be terrible for her.
She's more American, that's why.
Yeah,
I guess.
but yeah, people like that.
What about it? It's Park Kali from The Conductor, the famous, right? Is she half British? No, she's half American, I guess, right?
Probably.
Park Kali.
Probably.
She's a very famous, conductor or
Okay.
orchestra.
But there's loads. There's like 17's Vernon, Nancy from Momoland.
Oh.
There's loads now. They're doing very well.
Oh my! Oh, now I see more commenting. You and 이삭이 누나 are both in
Yeah.
A 방송국 for a long time. You guys
Yeah.
are both halfies.
Yeah.
You guys should make this, halfie, 사회 society or whatever, and like bow to me. I'm your elder here, 장로 이런 거 해야 될 것 같아.
We're also a half, so.
Me?
You are half.
I am
You
half,
are
but I'm
half.
still Asian. I'm sorry, I cannot. Okay, we have a few answers here for our question of the day. Should we read some of them? Sam, can you read the first one for us?
Yeah. Leon Tell?
Yeah.
He says, there was one time my friend sent me a picture of a guy from a news article and said, it looks like me. And when I saw the pic, I thought he might be my long lost twin.
Wow, really? Now I'm so curious. Oh, have you ever seen anybody that looks like you?
That looks like me.
Uh-huh. No? 들어봤어요. Like a lot of people say, 야, 너 같아.
When I was a kid, people used to say I looked like, you know, the guy from Inception.
Inception.
Not Leonardo DiCaprio. The other guy.
The other guy.
I forgot his name.
Okay, I'm curious now.
I'll find out who he is.
Right.
And then people sometimes say, when I was really young, they actually said, do you remember Ricky Kim?
Yeah,
Ricky Kim, the model.
Ricky Kim, right.
Someone said a
Another
little
Happy.
bit when I was younger.
Right. I guess. 맞아.
Cool. What about you?
Me?
Yeah, you
I
look
get
a
a
lot like
lot.
하정우님, actually.
하정우 같은 소리 하고 있네. 더 멋있지. Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Okay.
That
all
was
right.
it. Joseph, yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. For me, people say I look like Coco, that character. And recently, they say the Olympic skater.
Or Vincent Zoe.
No.
His name was?
What about you? Did anybody say you look like something?
I heard there was a person who looked just like me in the past. That was about 6 years ago. I heard the rumor going on that I've been hitting every different clubs in Hongdae area when I was hitting on women every single weekend, right? So I know that I wasn't there. And I decided to dig a little deeper to the rumor. And the guy had a flower tattoo on his neck, on his left side. And on his right, he had a cross tattoo too, just like mine.
What?
And I know, right? And he also had a flower tattoo on his right hand too. No. And what's even worse about him is that he told everyone that he goes by the name of Samuel. So for some reason, and he's a musician. 그니까.
Psycho.
And a lot of people who actually saw him told me that he dresses up just like me too.
Oh my God, so he's actually trying to imitate you to do bad things
그니까.
also.
근데 the thing is, I knew that I'm not the one. I mean, I know that I'm not the one.
Oh my goodness. Maybe he came from another multiverse.
Okay.
Oh God.
If you ever meet in the same room, the world will end. The world will finish. It can't happen. It can't happen.
Right. Also, everybody tell us, 다른 사람에게서 내 모습을 본 적 있나요? This question. Keep letting us know about it. And earlier, we were back with here in Zoom out, of course. We were talking about this song earlier by Loveholic. Guessing which drama it is. Seems like we have a few answers here.
맞아요. 1967님께서 커피 프린스.
Elena Bellin say Coffee Prince, my favorite.
0300님도 봄 기운이 다가오고 있는 요즘 설레이는 곡 러브홀릭의 화분은 커피 프린세스의 OST입니다.
진짜. Did you watch this Coffee Prince?
It was probably the first Korean drama, along with I watched Full House and Coffee Prince, the first two dramas I watched
진짜.
in the UK. And I really loved Coffee Prince, man.
I did not watch that actually. Both Full House and them, I did not watch it.
No, I didn't. So it's about coffee?
Coffee Prince. They're running a coffee shop, and there's a very unique.
So all those lovey-dovey stuff happens in that
Yunune
coffee
pretends
shop,
to be
I
a
believe.
guy,
Yeah.
직원, right?
Yeah, she pretends to be a guy,
Okay.
but the boss Kong Yu finds himself falling in love with her, so he's confused.
맞아.
He's like, "What?" Like,
It's like just think about
That's
it.
just like the drama you've been watching recently. You know the 사극?
연모.
그래, 연모.
똑같아. 연모 is just a 사극 version of it.
Oh.
It's like Mulan in a coffee shop. Just think about that, right? Yeah, basically, it's that thing here.
so good. But yeah, not just that. They did Coffee Prince. They also did 내 이름은 김삼순. That was a huge drama. My name is Kim Samsun. They did lots of songs actually for dramas. Yeah.
All the big dramas.
Yeah.
And correct everybody. 정답은 그거 맞아요. It's Coffee Prince. It's exactly Coffee Prince 1호 점은 something like that, right?
Yeah.
감사합니다.
Yeah, good job. All right, we're back with Zoom out. So earlier, the last person we were talking here is
Loveholic. So what are we going to talk about next?
How are we going to relate this? I'm curious now.
Right, Loveholic, they were known to have a couple of vocalists in their group. And the next vocalist is probably, for our generation, the vocalist who's more well known. If you've heard of Chisan, I'm sure lots of you have. She was a vocalist for Loveholic, did lots of their big songs. Yeah. So she featured on a song called One by the amazing Epic Kai that we're going to talk about. So former member of Loveholic Chisan featured in lots of different people's albums because she was so in demand. Her voice was so unique,
Her
right?
voice, 맞아.
Yeah, really.
That voice. You know it's Loveholic when you listen to her voice.
Yeah. And do you know what? She's done so well in life. Like she is currently, this is very cool, a professor at 용인대학교 실용음악과.
She's a professor.
Yeah, she's a professor,
wow,
man.
역시.
Yongin's a nice area as well.
Yongin, is that where their everything is?
I think so.
Right,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
so.
one. Yeah.
The amusement park.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yongin's nice. And do you know what? Her history is interesting with Jisun because obviously everyone knows her as Loveholic, but she actually started with a band called Wijadu. Like lots of people have their first band.
Right.
So she was in the indie scene. She properly did like the hard graft basically. And then getting into Loveholic, she auditioned and apparently the competition rate was like 600 to 1, which is crazy, right? To be the main vocalist as well.
And
600
apparently, and apparently one of our listener on YouTube told me that she appeared on Sing Again the first season.
Exactly.
진짜? She did?
So she came back, appeared on Sing Again.
Okay.
This is not too long ago as well. She was 2호 가수, so she was the number second singer.
Okay.
And
Alright.
I think that shows what's interesting is she was so super famous, but now you might forget her face a little bit.
I still don't know how she looked like.
Exactly. It's like lots of people think that, but they know her voice, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
얼굴 없는 가수. Anyway, this song we're going to listen to it right now. It's actually featuring Jisun in this. This is Epic High featuring Jisun with One. Okay, now I'm curious. Who is related to the next level?
Right, so we just spoke about Jisun, of course, featuring on Epic Eyes 1.
Right.
The next person we're going to talk about, we mentioned, of course, Jisun appeared on Sing Again back in 2020.
Right.
The next person we're talking about is Mr. Han Sung-yoon with a song called Lavender, which was released recently. And Han Sung-yoon, I call him Uni because I've known him a very long time.
So he was in Sing Again also.
He was in Sing Again, the same season as Jisun.
He's from the same band with you, right?
And he was in the same band as me.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my god, wait a minute. I forgot you were in the band.
Lunar Flight. So basically,
Oh god, I forgot.
So that means I know Jisun.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't mean that at all. But it means we're linked in some sort of way. So yeah, me and Sung-Yuni, we debuted back in 2012. We went to like literally over 70 countries together. And I know his voice probably better than anyone because I've heard it thousands of times at shows and stuff.
Right.
And do you know what? I was really happy. He went on Sing Again, and there were so many artists on Sing Again actually who received a lot of attention after, you know, maybe going out the spotlight a little bit, you know,
Right.
which happens, right? But he got lots of attention because he is a very, very good-looking man. I think you cannot ignore that. He's got one of the best noses I've ever seen. I love. Yeah, if you see his nose, you're like, his nose is sick.
Now I want to search on the internet about it.
Look him up. And his voice, my goodness me, he has just got like a honey-like smooth, incredible voice.
Wow,
which
그 정도.
yeah, really good voice, beautiful falsetto.
Right.
And he released an EP this month, his debut solo album, which is really exciting. So
Oh, finally he's going solo.
yeah, and
After so many years.
after
I'm
10
happy
years, yeah.
for him.
So he's done well. He's done well.
Right. I'm curious, when you actually formed the group Luna Fly, how were your impression with each other?
We've actually got a bit of an age gap, me and the other guy. So I was
How big was the gap though?
So 7 years.
Oh.
Me and Sung-Yuni were 7 years apart because he was born in 94. I'm 87.
Oh, okay.
So he was 17, 18 Western age, and I was like 20, 23, 24, something like that. And so I don't know. I was trying to be a bit of an older brother kind of figure, I think. Because, you know,
That's good.
because, you know, when you're putting out an album, you want to try and be professional.
Right.
And we lived in the same room for like 4 or 5 years.
Oh,
How was the
친하겠다.
experience?
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. Just us. I think the best part is we got to travel around the world together.
Right.
Which, I mean, that's always crazy,
I
right?
envy you because you know about Korean culture at the early stage. Because me and Dongho, he's like 94 also, but I'm 88. So we have
Right.
6-year gap. He did not treat me like a hyung. And no, I did not behave like a hyung because back then I did not know in Korea, okay, being a hyung,
Yeah.
I should actually take the lead
Yeah.
to control them more, to give more care and love. So I was
Right,
like so blur back then, but yeah, I'm glad that you actually have that.
I tried. Sometimes it was difficult, but you know, I think to try and find the right balance between being a good friend, but also you have to work together. You have to come up with music, and you have to perform together, and be somewhat just a little bit professional at times, you know. But great memories, man. Really good memories with him, and I think most importantly, his first mini album, which has come out, is really, really good. Like, I was so happy that he could do this. He's at a really good label as well.
Right.
I don't know if I can say, but he's at a great label, big label, and he's doing his thing, man. He's doing really well.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Approved by Sam Carter. Actually, a lot of people so like aiming to say Hansung Yoon, Yoon. This guy's like, wow, Yoon. Everybody is so happy about it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna listen to it right away. This is Hansung Yoon with Lavender.
Compared to
Rouse it as
me.
Snow Patrol vibes. Good song. Two-piece message. You want to read for it? I haven't heard you reading British accent and Korean message.
He sounds like a Korean.
Doesn't
Yeah.
that just sound like Korean?
This is so nonsense.
Oh,
give it a
it.
try. Two-piece message.
Two pieces. 한승윤님도 한 잘생김 아시죠? 이민호 배우님, 지창욱 배우님 닮았어요.
진짜 신기하지 않아요? He's like the best Korean sounding foreigner I've ever seen in my
Exactly,
life.
because
진짜로.
we were talking about this in the elevator earlier
yeah.
because he actually was well educated.
그쵸, 그쵸.
Yeah, my mom on the other hand never thought that I would use Korean. She never taught me.
Well, you speak perfect Korean too. So,
Yeah, man.
좋아요, 진짜 같아요.
Okay, next one from
Leon Teo said, I'm guessing the last degree of separation is Sam Carter himself, so he could promote his own single Wild Boy. Sam says so sneaky. 설마.
You'll find out.
Okay, so let's tell us about. Let us know then.
Okay. So, we just spoke about Han Seung-yoon. There was one part I didn't tell you about. So he released this new album, mini album, Lavender. There's the last song on this album. I think it's track number 6. It's a solo version of a Lunafly song we released, 얼마나 좋을까, which is How Nice Would It Be? Our debut song, he remade it as a solo artist. And that brings us to Lunafly's 얼마나 좋을까.
So that was close, Leon. It's indeed Sam C, but not himself.
It's this first song. Me and Seung-yoon, we wrote this song together. It's the first song we wrote actually together as well.
That would be nice. I mean, remaking a debut song.
Yeah, and because the original has 3 of us in it, he was the main sort of focus for that song a long time ago, I remember. So he sings it really well. And to do his own solo version, I was really happy because his label called me and can we do a solo version? I said, yeah, go and do it.
Yo,
And,
좋다.
yeah. And he put it in, and it was. I felt a bit weird listening to it because it's 10 years ago, and it was nice to have that. And because the way we actually started out was a bit different, because it's not like we had lots of a lot of money, like an idol group or stuff.
Right.
Our CEOs just said to us, "Hey, listen, I think you can debut in 2 weeks, but 3 weeks, but you need to write 5 songs."
Wow.
So I was like, "Whoa, okay."
빨리빨리네.
I was like, "This is amazing." So me and Seung-yoon, we got in our little tiny studios, a very very dark. It was almost like a 창고. It was like a really small cupboard.
Storeroom.
Yeah, and we wrote a couple of songs, and every song we wrote got released. So this was the first song, 얼마나 좋을까. How
You must
nice
be
would it
really
be?
proud of him because, I mean, after all those hard times, you became a very successful producer in Korean K-pop music industry, and him being a really well-known singer. So how do you feel about you guys' current status?
It's very, but you know what? I was very confident that the two of us would go on to stay in music, because you can tell if somebody's not going to stay in and stay in, I think. It's not just about talent, it's about how much work and time you can put into your stuff as well.
버티는 게 승자예요.
Yeah.
맞아요.
Actually, this one last message is so related to this. Can you read this one last for us, Sam?
Yeah.
나 유노? It says 두 DJ분들 덕분에 봄 기운 느낄 수 있어서 좋아요. 예전에 가사가 너무 예쁘고 멜로디도 좋아서 자주 들었던 곡이 있는데 샘 카차님도 나오셨으니 신청해봅니다. 곡 분위기가 봄에 새로 시작하는 풋풋한 연인들 느낌이라 들으면 마음이 몰랑몰랑 루나플라이 얼마나 좋을까.
Wow, what a coincidence! All right, guys. So this is what we do every Tuesday here with Sam Carter. We have 6 degrees, and this is the last degree of separation, which is Lunar Fly himself. Sam, thank you so much for joining us, and we're gonna see you every Tuesday here.
And I'll see you soon tonight.
Oh yeah, you guys will see later. With this, we're gonna say goodbye to you with this song. This is Lunar Fly with 얼마나 좋을까. See you next week, Sam. Bye.